إن من الأسس التي قامت عليها الوحدة اليمنية والثورات من قبلها تمكين المرأة اليمنية وإشراكها في الحياة والعملية السياسية، حيث لا يقل دورها ومسؤوليتها عن دور الرجل. وقد ضربت المرأة اليمنية أروع أمثلة في كفاحها ونضالها وتماسكها في الحياة ومنعطفاتها، وكان لها حضورا جليا عبر مراحل تاريخية عدة. إنها الآن تشاركنا الاحتفال بدافع تلك المسؤولية. الكلمة الآن للأستاذة معالي لقمان المرشحة لعضوية المجلس التربوي لمدينة ديربون، فلتتفضل مشكورة.
Arabic about my upbringing and my background. Is this one?
Yeah, this works.
So, my name is Maani Luqman. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. Jazakumullah khair. I'm running for the 2-year seat on the Dearborn Schools Board of Education to represent our students, our families, our educators. I've been a teacher and a college administrator, so an educator, for about 16 to 17 years. I started my own educational journey here at Salina School. أنا ربيت في هذه المنطقة. So بدأت أدرس لما كنت بالكيندرغاردن بسلاينا Elementary. أمي كانت تدرس هنا كمان سميرة الأصبحي. She worked as parent liaison. كانت يعني تشتغل مع الأهالي والمدرسة تقريبا 20 سنة. And she retired about 10 years ago. تقاعدت من قبل 10 سنين. وأنا وأختي برضو كنا ندرس في هذه المدرسة. I ended up teaching in other schools. I taught in the UAE in Abu Dhabi for a year. I taught at Crestwood, Dearborn Heights. I taught at some of our Islamic schools, the private schools, for a while. I taught ESL students. I've worked in the special needs classroom, so I got to work with students of all levels. A few years ago, I was hired to work as an associate dean at Wayne County Community College. اشتغلت في الجامعة اللي قريب مننا Wayne County Community College كمديرة مع ال student services. So when I was there, I learned about how to the operations of a college. اتعلمت على الجامعة وكيف يعني الجامعة تشتغل. So now for the Board of Education, as you know, Dearborn Schools, the trustees oversee all of the schools in the district, so K through 12. And they also oversee Henry Ford College. I'm the only candidate on the ballot that has experience in literally every level of that of education. So that's what makes me a strong candidate. Aside from that, I'm doing a fellowship on diversity, equity, and inclusion. So الآن أعمل تدريب على diversity وعلى الculture, التقاليد الناس اللي في أمريكا. And so with that training, I'm learning how to be more inclusive. And with that, I'm going to be a voice, inshallah, for our community as well as other communities that don't have a voice on the board. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I am on social media. I'm on Facebook. You can send me a message that way. You can approach me. I'll be here for another few more minutes. But I do look forward to getting your support. I also want to encourage you to encourage your family members, your wives, your mothers, your daughters, your children at home, your grandparents. تشجعوا أمهاتكم، أبوكم، أولادكم، أجدادكم إنهم برضو يعني يصوتوا. إنه مرة ضروري إن كلنا نصوت. It's very important that we all take part in voting, not just for this election, every election, right? So the way it works here in the US, if you don't express your voice, it's as if you don't exist. لو ما تصوتوا ما حد بيعبر إنكم عايشين في هذه البلد. So ضروري إنكم تصوتوا، مش بس هذه الانتخاب، كل انتخاب إن شاء الله، وإنكم تتعودوا إنكم تصوتوا. السلام عليكم جزاكم الله خير. Thank you so much for this time. Oh, my education. So I started at Salina. I went to Scout Middle School. I graduated from Etzel Ford High School. I started off off at Henry Ford College. I transferred to the University of Michigan. And I was working on my bachelor's degree while I was working in the classroom. So I was a parapro and a substitute while I was earning my teaching degree. After I graduated, I taught for a good amount of years. I was in the classroom for 8 years, and I had already been in the classroom for about 6 years before that. After mastering my art, I felt like I was really making an impact on my students. I felt a need to take my impact outside of the classroom. So شفت إنه الطلاب مرة يعني حبوا كيف يتعلموا معي وتغيروا, So I wanted to have that impact outside. And I thought right now our community, people of color, Yemeni, Arab, and Muslimin, مرة مظلومين, right? So رحت أتعلم على international relations, السياسة الدولية في Harvard for my master's degree عشان أتعلم كيف يعني أغير to make changes in what's going on in the world. So I always say once a teacher, always a teacher. لما الواحد يكون مدرس ولا مدرسة حتى لو يطلع من الصف برضه دائما يحب إنه يدرس ويعلم الآخرين. So in everything that I do, I feel like I'm constantly educating people. I'm constantly empowering people. And that's one thing I take great pride in. And so in order to make any change in the world, even in Yemen, locally, we have to have the spirit of educators. And that's why I really feel like I'd be a good fit as trustee, and I really hope I can get your support. I'm pretty confident I will get your support, inshallah. But I also really want to urge you to stay active and to stay involved in everything going on in our society, in our community, because we are here, we are a strong population, and we need to have a voice, and we need to be represented, and people need to know that we're here. Thank you once again. Assalamu alaikum.